Welcome back to Final Fantasy What the Fuck.
Well, this should be fun, I guess.
From this point on, this game shall be known as Final Fantasy What the Fuck.
Or
Sure, I thought that was Lightning Returns.
Okay. So in occasion of things, I decided to play the game as Toriyama wants us to play it.
With the beach costume.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Are you serious?
As if her new outfit wasn't already skimpy enough, they actually made this. As
Question.
You know what's funny, Pedro? I don't know if you know that, but the third costume, the one you showed briefly, was the winner in a contest of the best costume for Serah, which she had the
Yeah,
vote.
you
Pedro.
have
to do that, Pedro. Of Little Red Riding Hood.
Pedro.
I'm playing the game as the director intended me to play it.
Pedro, you do know that you're making School Days look like it has standards.
No, that's too far. Sorry, that's too far.
Well, okay, honest question, Pedro.
Hold on, I gotta talk about this. Dreams of Strange Worlds clothes appearing from nowhere. What's going on? So basically, this is a live trigger thing. I get to choose dialogue options, which basically it's a David Cage style choice.
Spoilers: your choice do not matter the fuck you. No matter the fuck
it's Beyond Two Souls. It's Beyond Two Souls all over again. All it does is slightly change dialogue.
So what do you choose, Pedro?
I'm just giving you guys some time to read the answers so you guys can...
Was that a vision of the future? Am I still dreaming? A message from lightning? Is someone coming here? Gee, I wonder.
So, what happens if you get the supposed right answer?
There's no right answer, Jova. That's the problem.
What it does, well, actually, to be fair, yes, if you do, in some aspects, if you do get a specific answer right, you do get a live trigger reward, basically an extra item. So there's that at least.
I guess.
Basically, Jova, if you choose the right option, and you have to know beforehand what the right option is, so you're never gonna get it right the first time unless you're lucky. You get a bonus item. That's basically
you can jump now.
That's right, Jova. We can jump.
Couldn't we already do that, albeit automated?
For occasions, I needed to get reminded of Xenogears from this shitty game. Thank you, Toriyama.
Basically, Jova, did you remember how jumping was automatic in the first game?
That's what I said. That's what I said, Pedro. Albeit automated.
Yeah, basically, it's the same jump, but the only difference is that now you have to trigger the jump with the circle button. But aside from that, it's the exact same thing.
So, yeah. So why are we all of a sudden going all...
What the fuck is going on?
Good question, Serah.
Okay, what year did this game come out?
2012.
Sorry, you're right. 2011 in Japan and 2012 over here.
Have I died? Am I dead yet?
To be more specific, late 2011 in Japan, early 2012 in the West.
So
I remember back when the game first came out in Japan, and everybody spoiled it by the time of Christmas. It was glorious.
So
in that case,
what?
We talked about that in the last part.
So in that case, Motomo Toriyama is trying to rip off the whole underwear, swimwear thing from Xenoblade Chronicles, then.
I guess.
To be honest, Jova, Tales of was doing this way before Xenoblade did it.
So,
Japanese games in general tend to... I mean, Dead or Alive did that from the start.
So, question, Pedro. What gives you the inkling that this is how Motomo Toriyama wanted the game played? You know, with the whole skimpy outfit?
Fan service. I mean, isn't that the whole point of women in Motomo Toriyama games? Right,
Freeze frame!
Okay, but does that costume actually show up in, like, even CG?
I hate that! Did you notice that symbol on the... Did you notice that symbol on the... Eye? Let's just say that's foreshadowing for the big end plot twist, which I fucking hate. But that's about it. Well,
I'm not surprised you hate it.
Hey, isn't that guy from Pulse?
Where it came from? What?
Is that the giant monster from Pulse?
You know what? I'm done.
Hey, wait a minute.
Joe,
what is it?
You question the game.
It's not.
We're already on part 2 and you're already done.
So, what are we doing back on? So, what are we doing?
I'm enjoying the ride at the moment.
Yeah, me too. But, question, what are we doing back in Cocoon?
No, we're on pulse.
But this looks exactly like the beach place from
Don't
Cocoon.
worry, Jova. The data log will explain that.
Yeah, basically what happened, Joe, is they took all their shit from Cocoon and moved it here, and they picked this beach so they could rebuild their house exactly like it was right here in Pulse.
And everyone looks very skimpy.
Oh no, here you are.
No, that's the story explanation. The real explanation, however, is that they couldn't afford to create a new environment because budget, so they reused this environment and came up with a story explanation to explain why it looks the same. There you go.
Let me guess, they did one hell of a remodeling job because they were really that homesick.
Of course, Jova.
One more thing.
Also, this guy looks so like a ripoff of Sora.
No, he looks more like Aladdin in general. I mean, look at the pants.
But Sora has a personality. Noel is a bread butter.
Oh, and by the way, we know what's the top of the cake. When designing his character, Nomura was asked specifically to make the blades he's wearing to resemble the ones of the nameless warrior of Final Fantasy III.
Well, actually, Theo, I've heard from Mars Girl. You know who Mars Girl is, right?
Yeah.
I've heard from Mars Girl that, and she knows a lot of this stuff because she does a lot of research. I've heard from her that apparently Nomura, all he designed was faces in this game.
Wait, what is listed as a character designer?
That would make sense since, like I said, Noel's face reminds me so much of Sora's.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong, Theo. Don't quote me on it. It's just that I trust Mars Girl when it comes to these kind of things because she tends to do a lot of research when it comes to these kind of things.
Might
I don't know if you've seen her.
No, I don't want to, just take her wrong, but I don't understand why Nomura would be reduced to design only faces.
Yes, well, Theo, in Lightning Returns, all he did was the new outfits for Lightning and Snow, and then that's it. I'm guessing maybe at this point they were already changing 15 from the PS2 to the PS4 at this point, so they couldn't afford to have Nomura design everything, I guess.
I guess.
He's right.
Anyway, as you can tell, Jova, the battle system is pretty much the same from the first game.
Yeah.
So, but thankfully that saves me the trouble, so I don't have to explain it. We already know how this works.
The only real difference for now is that, thankfully, once your leader dies, you can switch to the other character, but that's just about it.
How keen. So yeah, actually Pedro's right. Yeah, Nomura did only do the facial designs for this game. How odd. Double trouble.
Okay.
By the way, question. Why is the paradigm shift back? Wasn't it only there because they were l'Cie?
I don't know, Joe.
In fact, how are they even able to cast magic? Wasn't that l'Cie magic?
I don't know, Jova.
Jova, you're thinking too much.
Also, Theo dropped.
Some things never change with Skype.
Basically, Jova, for some reason, remember how in the first game, Shiroi, we established that we can only do magic if you're a l'Cie? Well, in this game, for some reason, everybody can do magic now. Because fuck that.
That's lazy.
Okay,
Hey, Theo.
back.
Hey, Theo, you want to
It's
try
almost
to
as
give an
stupid as the
explanation?
last Airbender movie where
Oh,
the
guys!
What's the
pull
question?
fire out of their asses at the end for no
I'll
reason.
have to say it. Hold on.
Hey guys, look! It's the Final Fantasy VII logo in the background.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
it's the first 13 logo in the background.
Well, Tio, that's the idea. Rip off a Final
Not
Fantasy
really.
VII.
Not really, but whatever. What's the question, Pedro?
Well, seriously, I mean, if you look
try
at the logos
answer,
of
you want
13...
to try? Okay, I gave my answer. We want to try your answer as to why everybody can suddenly use magic even though they're not in the sea.
They explained.
Because magic.
It's, no, they actually explained. Due to the death of the Fal'Cies, parts of her power were released in the air and got absorbed by humans. The idea is that Fal'Cies were holding the power away or something.
Is that explained in the dialogue? Because I don't
If I
remember
recall,
that.
it's either in the data log or in the novels. But that's the
course.
official explanation.
Of course, the novels. Well, Okay, here's the thing. I actually have a computer save file. So right after this part, after today's session, I'm gonna check the data log because I have the whole data log, and I'm gonna see if I can find that explanation. If it's not, I'll come back and give feedback on that for the next part. But I'm gonna take a while guessing and say it's in the novel.
Anywho, when I said the Final Fantasy VII logo's in the background, I was mentioning the Comet and Cocoon.
We know what you mean.
Oh, by the way, is everyone else dead?
Oh, and by the way, Serah can now fight for some reason, even though she doesn't even have the capability of doing that.
I guess technically we never saw her fight in the last game, so we're just to assume that she's
that's the
apparently
problem,
trained?
Joba. Magic or not magic, she's not trained to fight in any case.
Well,
But
apparently she can
suddenly
wield a
use
crossbow.
both a claymore and a bow and arrows.
Whoa. Sarah can use a claymore.
Yeah.
Oh my god, here it is, Teo. Straight from this article. I'll read it.
The one I posted?
In his Famitsu interview, Nomura reiterated that the character design division of labor for 13-2. He's working on the faces for Noel and the new characters. Clothing and other areas are being drawn by Yuzuki Naora and Izamu whatever. His main role in the game is character design supervision. There you go, Teo.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. There's also there in the link I posted. Oh no, the brow is hurt.
Yay, because, we got to be reminded of Snow's sidekicks.
So yeah, but for once we cannot actually blame the... Well, then again, Teo, actually, now that I think about it, it actually makes sense, because Sarah's new outfit doesn't have a single zipper or a belt, so obviously it can't be...
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Hi,
hey.
Mog.
No, I refuse to call this thing Mog. From now on, this thing shall be known as Abomination of Mankind.
And you know what's funny?
The Mog was actually awesome. We can't believe
Exactly,
it.
that's why I refuse it to call it Mog.
And you know what's
Sarah, you're kind of holding that Mog a bit precariously there.
Jova, that should be a small reference to Terra from Final Fantasy VI, but it's done in a very bad way.
Dang that.
Okay, allow me to explain what's going on.
No, the first thing is that Muggles had a complete different designs in the first game. They were present only in an artwork for a shop, and they had a design similar to their Crystal Chronicles appearance, which is completely different from this one.
That Moogle looks a bit too cartoony for the setting, but hey, whatevs.
Yeah. Well, Muggles are always cartoony, unless you're talking about the Evilise designs. So, anyway.
Well, I know that was cartoony, but like...
Okay, basically, Noel just came from the...
narration!
For the win! Okay.
Well, we have to have that, don't we?
I guess.
You'd think that the game would have started with, everything being just fine, and then Lightning being taken to Valhalla.
I just only met this guy, but I completely trust him. Just because he knows about Lightning.
Yes. To be fair, yes.
Are we actually getting story?
To be fair, yes, we do know from that first part that he is a good guy, but she doesn't know that.
But then again, Jova, I guess we owe, and Jova and Shiro, I guess we owe an explanation. The idea is that Lightning has disappeared, Snow has disappeared as well by going searching for her, and now Serah has been stranded for like a year on Pulse on this new location.
Best boyfriend ever, am I right, guys?
Yeah, like...
Well, he is going to look for her sister, I guess.
He banged on Daisley's shield like a gajillion times just to save you, and now he completely dropped you just for searching the girl who punched him 3 times in a row or something.
Well, I'm guessing that they're both worried, so I guess for Sarah's sake, Snow wants to find her sister.
I don't know.
Honestly, Snow going to look for Lightning for Sarah's sake seems like one of the more noble things actually done by these characters, especially compared to a lot of their stupidity in 13.
Considering he has like 4 people at disposal, he could have asked a search team for them or something.
Okay, so basically Noel will answer me any question I have for him.
God dang it, 13-2, stop reminding me of Kingdom Hearts and your Destiny Islands ripoff.
Alright, so the strange man
Jova, you have no idea where we're going with this.
Wait, they're actually going somewhere with this?
Let's just say there's a scene later on that it's a blatant ripoff from the first Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, goody.
You will know that once we'll get there, trust me. You will recognize that in an instant.
7 ripoffs and Kingdom Hearts ripoffs. What more will Toriyama rip off?
He already did Chrono Trigger. He's about to do Legend of Mana. He did that with Xenogears with the whole jumping.
And there was Brave Prince
buttons.
Musashi with Luma.
Astro Boy, don't forget Astro Boy.
Yeah. Like,
Anyway,
This music is okay.
not really, Jova.
I said okay.
It doesn't fit the setting.
Well, that's
all.
why I
The
said
idea-
it's just
the
okay.
idea
It's
is
not
that
fitting, but
supposed
it's
to be
okay.
a beach CD.
okay, hold on. I have to explain this because this is actually a new mechanic. Okay,
Colin.
Jova and Shiro, you know how you guys hate random encounters?
Well, it depends on what game I'm in. Sometimes I may like
Well,
random encounters.
for some
sometimes
moronic
they're just
reason that I will
annoying.
never understand, this game thought, you know what would be awesome to bring back from the classics for this game? The random encounters.
But lack of random encounters is one of the few good things I hear about 13. If only
Well, too bad. Too bad. Now
I
we have
don't
random
know, Pedro. It's more like the fact that it's not just random encounters. It's random encounters you can barely run away from. That's the problem.
So-
You cannot
It might
avoid
as well
that.
be though. It might as well be though. Okay, basically the way this works is every time, sometimes when you're running at monsters will suddenly pop up. Basically, it's basically Jova. You know how Rogue Galaxy works.
Yeah.
Imagine if in Rogue Galaxy you could not run away from battles. That's pretty much what this is.
Imagine doing the towers of I can't remember the name of the planet. The two
Alright,
towers dungeon like that. Yeah.
Okay,
And
okay.
again, wasn't
allow me
that
to
also the
explain this
case in
a way-
the
allow me to
original
explain
13
this in a
game
way
where you
that
couldn't run
Shiro-
from battles?
Allow me to explain this in a way that Shiro will understand. Shiro, imagine you're playing Kingdom Hearts, and instead of the monsters being around in the battle, imagine if what you're trying to explore, and then all of a sudden the monsters just pop up at random right in front of you. It's completely random when they pop up and where they pop up. And then there's this clock thing. Basically, you have to manage to get away from where the monsters are enough so that you're able to run away from the battle. However, if you don't run in the specific direction that the game wants you to run to, which is always random and the game never really explains how, you'll be forced to do the battle, and again, you cannot run away from battles. Enjoy.
That's incredibly annoying and very specific.
So, question, Pedro.
Annoyingly specific.
So, question, Pedro. I mean, well, you couldn't run from battles in 13 either, so...
Yeah, you could not run away from battles, but you could try sneak upon the monsters on the field and avoid them, especially using the soils and stuff.
In this game, can you at least run away from battles if you're overpowered?
Well, actually, technically, we could use the retry option in 13. That was also a specific option you could have used.
Yeah.
This game has neither, I take it.
Actually, it does have the
Pedro.
retry option. Go ahead, Shiro. What is it?
If you're at a certain level in this game, can you avoid battles, or is it just it's tough, tough shit?
When a battle starts, you either pick retry to go back to before the battle started, or you have to win the battle.
No, he's saying at Cocoon like he's seeing for the first time. What do you say?
So...
What do you mean, no?
What do you mean by
How different
Laura.
are... Oh.
Laura, did you read the script, Laura?
So, how different are the dialogue options and results? I mean, are they at least different enough
Beyond Two
that they
Souls.
feel unique?
Just think Beyond Two Souls, Joe, but that's pretty much it.
So it's
They
literally just
may
doing...
have different answers, but they're all pointless.
Oh,
pretty much.
buddy.
Again, Beyond Two Souls.
Huh.
But basically, David Cage played this game, and he thought, they got something here.
The sad thing is that from what I've seen so far, Beyond Two Souls still seems to be the somewhat more fun experience.
Oh,
Not that this
boy.
game isn't fun to tear apart. It's just...
At least Beyond Two Souls is actually fun to play in a way where you can at least make fun of it. This game, it can be fun to watch at times when you make fun of it, but when you're actually playing, it's boring.
It's a bare-bones open-world JRPG which tries to play everything straight. I mean, heck, even Time and Eternity had this...
It's not open world. Allow me to stop you right there. It's not.
I know.
The closest thing
I was
it
calling
comes
it bear.
to is it's a dungeon crawling, and even then it's bare bones.
I know. I know, Pedro, but it's technically called an open world, but I'm calling it a bare bones one. It's like, well, basically, it's one of the worst possible things in gaming. It's a bare bones JRPG that tries to play everything straight. It's like, well, I mean, heck, Time and Eternity had the saving grace of at least being hilariously awful in its attempts at humor and everything.
Look, it's that guy who had like 10 minutes of screen time in the first game.
Yeah. It's like, well, I take Time Eternity over this because while Time Eternity does a lot of similar stuff, it still has a lot of the...
funny. This is not.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. This one tries to play everything straight, which, no. Just no.
This is Noel. He helped LeBro and me out of a tight spot.
In case you forgot who LeBro is, she's that chick.
I know.
Okay.
Trust me, Pedro. The data log reminded us
Gadot
enough.
doesn't like Noel, and honestly, I don't blame him. I mean, this guy just popped right out of nowhere, pretends to know everything, and is trying to kidnap the girl your boss asked you to protect. Like, what will you do?
What should I do? Should I do this or should I do that? Anyway, Gadot seems concerned for Serah's safety. How should Noel respond to Gadot's distrust? What do you think, Shira? What would you respond?
Yeah.
You would respond, eh?
You sure see oh, gee, thanks, but I'm his right-hand man.
Wow, that was pathetically easy.
Yep.
Yeah, surprisingly enough.
Basically, allow me to give you an example. If you pick the answer, another answer, he will basically get angry at you and say, don't hurt her, or some shit like that, basically.
And then still let her go with you.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Because he's an idiot, you know. I mean, after all, he was trained by Snow.
The live triggers are basically Toriyama trying to give off the impression. Okay, by the way, look at that map. Shira, okay, actually, no, we're in the battle now, so later, after the battle.
Pedro, is Libra as overpowered here as it was in 13?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Shira?
I just said random battle, sorry guys.
Ah, okay, go ahead, Shira. Do it, so Jova. What is it?
Yeah, is Libra as overpowered here as it was in the first 13 game?
Yes, it is.
Yes, because the battle functions the same, pretty much.
Yep. It's the same battle system, Jova, so Libra has to work that way. Anyway, okay.
Hi, Sam Regal. What are you doing here?
What? Sam Regal.
Didn't you guys say John DiMaggio's in one of the 13 games as well?
They always
because he's voicing Gilgamesh.
Oh yeah, okay. That's right. Gilgamesh is in this game.
Okay, question. Shiroi and Jova, look at the top right corner in the map screen right there. Notice how there's various hallways there. Basically, you know how the first game was just hallways? Well, the second game is just hallways. It's basically a row of various hallways.
I thought you said it was just open circles.
No, we haven't gotten to the open circles.
There are also those, don't worry, Joe.
Alright,
so right now this is as linear as Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, basically, we have either three types of areas. Parallel rows of hallways, a big, huge circle, or a giant open area with nothing to do in it.
By the way, Pedro, question. How do you swap between the crossbow or the claymore?
Go to the equipment menu.
So can you do that right in the middle of battle?
I don't remember.
I don't do any equipment changes or stuff like that in the playthrough because I kind of want to, I kind of assume our audience knows how this works, so I don't want to waste their time with that, with me managing through menus and shit.
Well, I just noticed, like, she's using the claymore here, yet in an earlier battle she was using the crossbow a few seconds ago. So
I guess it depends on the enemy type.
Yeah, it depends on the enemy type. Basically, if the enemies are far away, she'll use the crossbow. If the enemies are...
Also, she's using the crossbow to cast spells.
I don't actually. Yeah, that's a good question. I never thought about that. I don't know. It doesn't really matter though. It doesn't change
automated.
So it's basically just a ripoff of Saz's guns, which could also shoot magic.
Yeah.
Except,
it doesn't change what damage you make. It doesn't change what element it damages. It's just for looks. It's just
to make her look competent. Because so she's close, so she uses the sword. She's far away, she uses the arrow. I mean, never mind the possible fun of, challenging the player to pick between which weapon is more useful.
Here's one thing that you will probably notice right now. Remember how the first game, for all its problems, was at least pretty to look at? Well, you'll notice that this game
also
looks considerably worse than the first. And by the way, that signal in the top left, that's the autosave.
Oh god, that blur.
Yeah, the graphics in this game took a giant dip from the first game because of budget.
Just wait until we get to Lightning Returns.
Yeah, well, they already know. Remember, we show that off in our Sonic.
They already know. You're so
that guy. It's like that guy. We still haven't explained who the hell he is. And by the way, of course, we will never know what this thing is and where it came from.
Yeah,
battle strat.
actually, yeah, there's no real explanation about this monster, neither on the wiki nor in the novel. It's just there.
Yeah.
Wow, not even the wiki could figure it out.
Nor the novels. It's not. And you know what's funny? You will fight this monster later on in the game, and not as a common enemy, but as a boss. And it will have the exact same stats but as now.
But
so
probably
basically,
not
fight near the end game, and you'll curb stomp him for some reason.
You probably notice also that every time Serah attacks, the camera zooms in on her ass. Classy.
Yeah.
Is it because of the outfit you picked, or does it always do that?
It always do that.
It always does that, regardless of what outfit I'm wearing.
So does that outfit also show up in CG cutscenes? Did they go that far with it?
No. In the CG cutscenes, she always has her default.
Okay, because I was just wondering if Toriyama, of all people, would actually go so far as to include that.
I'm pretty sure
outfit
Square
in
would
a CG
stop them
cutscene.
because that would take up a lot of budget. I'm pretty sure Square would if she tried to do that.
There we go.
5
stars. 4+.
So does this outfit ever show up somewhere in the main story, and that's why it's a DLC?
Joe, you still haven't got it. Women are sex objects for men to pleasure themselves to. Don't you know that's how things work in Toriyama land?
Toriyama.
Yeah, I was actually about to ask about that. Does that costume ever show up in the main story, and that's why it's a DLC costume, or is it just a
Well, again,
just cosmetic DLC.
Oh, okay. So, it's just...
There's no beach episode. On a technical standpoint.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised, but then again, like even Yokai Watch has a beach episode. That reminds me, I still have to show you guys that episode.
Wait up.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Lavos. What are you doing
So
here?
we're going
Can
right...
you please just wake up and kill everyone?
So we're...
Please?
You'll do me a great favor now.
No,
Oh,
don't worry.
Batil, the Lavos makes really screw up the time continuum again.
Don't mind them, Shiroi. They were referencing a game that we haven't done yet.
Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
So, why are we going here? Oh, right, because Cocoon just...
Yeah, to analyze this fragment.
Yeah, because Noel told us to come. He told us to come here.
No, do you know?
It looks like a wasted Disney concept art.
So I mean, like the Pride Land after Scar took over.
Yeah, it looks like a concept art that...
Oh my god, this music. It haunts me.
This game sucks. You should get
so
a refund.
depressing. And
Allow
I
me.
shouldn't be depressed by this.
So
Nah, this game sucks.
Pedro, what
you
is-
should get a refund.
Pedro,
Go play Inokuni next time.
Pedro,
what is
what does AF mean?
After fall.
after fall.
Here's another
Oh,
thing
okay.
they didn't explain. They start measuring time now from when Cocoon almost fell and was saved by the Crystal Pillar.
Why didn't they
Yeah.
mention that before Serah makes the reference
I
of
think
free
it's in the
AF?
data log.
It's in the log, Jova. It's in the log.
It's actually funny. A lot of this stuff, this new stuff, I knew that about the news that were released on Famitsu on a weekly period while the game was in development. It's almost as if they told the story only in the Famitsu
Come
and
with me.
didn't have the time to put that in the game.
By the way, Teo, now that we know about this whole character design supervision thing with Nomura, remember what he said in the Lightning Returns thing when he was asked about it? I design Lightning and Snow's new outfits, and that's it. I'm done. Like the way he talks about these things, it's like even
I don't
he's
want
sick of this.
anything to do with this shit.
Honestly, from all the interviews I've seen, it's like almost everyone, except for Toriyama, wanted nothing to do with this game.
And yes, a random meteor just spontaneously transformed into a time portal.
Because
that only Serah and Noel can walk in for some reason.
I just know that's ripping off a Square plot.
But don't you see, Teo? It's the power of Sarah's love for her sister is capable of anything.
That's been
Fuck you,
that's
game.
been done before, in numerous
And
times.
better.
Yeah.
Lightning, are you out?
Of course he's out there. We saw at the beginning. In fact,
but
why
she-
hasn't Noel told you
like,
that he's seen her?
The other
No, he
12
did, Jova.
incarnations
He
of
did.
the Doctor are rolling in their grave right now.
He did tell her, Joe, but the problem is that nobody believes him aside from Serah.
What's not to say by Miko? Why isn't he told her the entire situation? I mean, yeah,
he's telling it right now. He's telling it right now, actually.
Oh,
Basically,
never mind
Noel
then.
says it becomes from a future, a bad future, where everyone almost basically die. Humanity has been extinct.
Hey, wait!
Cool fell, and everything has gone to
Basically,
shit.
he's the last of he's the last of humankind in where he comes from. So he came to the past to change the future and shit. So
Wait a
basically,
minute.
he's the Trunks for our game.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are you saying that part of their world has been swallowed up and taken over to places?
No, basically, Jova, there's gonna be a plot point introduced later that basically we're gonna learn that everybody's gonna die, basically.
Oh, I know about that. But, well, no. Well, I don't know about that. But I mean, it's like, well, I'm talking. I mean, well, about the whole worlds overlapping thing that he said about.
Basically, it says when two timelines that are different collides, they create a paradox, and that causes a time bubble thing where the two things overlap each other.
Yeah, basically, every time a timelines overlap, objects from different timelines get mixed up. Things happen in different timelines where they shouldn't be. And if we find one of those things,
it's a paradox. Basically, we have to hunt them down, fix that, and get whatever we get in order to continue through the timeline, in order to find lightning. Basically. Imagine this is the equivalent, a video game equivalent of the search for Ray Palmer in Countdown.
Except, I can't believe I'm saying this, but in Countdown, it wasn't nearly as chaotic to the point like where if something so much as overlapped, everything would then all of a sudden be affected as a main thing.
There you go.
Eh?
See that box that appeared? That's my reward for the live triggers I've done up until now.
Keen.
Okay. Basically, the objects that appear in the run timelines, they're called artifacts, and the only way to open up a time gate so you can go into a different time period is to put an artifact and unlock the gate. So basically, hunt for the artifacts so you can keep going to different timelines and move on for the story. That's basically the structure.
And let me guess, with all these different objects, you can then make several different branches into different timelines.
I have to explain the Crystarium. Okay, Joe, remember how the Crystarium...
the Crystarium is back, by the way.
Yeah, remember how the Crystarium... Actually, allow me to... I'll just let the data log explain it for me.
Live triggers, yeah, know that.
So yeah, question, Pedro. Since you said you want to play the game as it was and change outfit to Serah, would you also change outfit to Noel?
Actually, no. I just did this for a joke for this part, and after this part, actually no. I think I keep it for the next part, and after that I just stop it because.
But come on, Pedro. Noel with the XIII-2 outfit is awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
All right,
for some reason, Square-Enix decided to strike a deal with both Ubisoft for an Assassin's Creed costume for Noel and EA for an N7 armor from Mass Effect for both Noel and Serah.
Pedro, do you have those DLCs? I have to see that to believe it.
No, I don't have it. I didn't buy it. Sorry.
Assassin's Creed DLC? That's incredibly random.
Teo, could you check for me quickly how much it costs on the PlayStation Store site?
It's probably gonna be $2 each or something.
And I have 3 euros and 70 cents on my account, so I might get it for this playthrough if it is that cheap. Anyway, okay.
Why Ubisoft of all people?
Go ahead. I'll check.
Okay, go on.
Okay, Joe, remember how the Crystarium worked in the first game?
Yes.
Well, in this game, it works exactly the same for one specific difference. There's no level cap. And that's basically it.
So I guess it's somewhat more like a JRPG now?
It's the exact same thing. The only difference is the Crystarium points are distributed each per each job. Basically, let's say you have medic and fighter. If you gain 400 CP, you get 400 CP for fighter and 400 CP for medic. Basically, basically you're gaining CP for all jobs at the same time. Basically, it's you don't.
That's nice, I guess.
And there's no level cap, so yay, improvement, I guess. There's no level cap. Now, I can actually.
If it had been like that from the start.
Each costume costs $2 for the €2 for the European version, $3 for the American version, and 300 yen for the Japanese version.
My version is the Portuguese one, so
it's European. The only costumes that cost actually $3 instead, $4 instead, €4 instead of €2. viewers are the Summoner's Garb for Serah and the Battle Attire for Noel, but they're pointless pretty much. The ones you need are the N7 armor for both of them, and the Assassin's Creed outfit for
so as you can see, it's just as scripted as the last. Just go here and mash X until you're done.
And even more for the scripting, apparently we only have 2 playable characters.
Yes, that's another jarring thing. There's only 2 playable characters in the entire game.
Now granted, Final Fantasy games have done this before, but usually they were spin-offs, like with Crisis Core.
No. You see, Theo, here's how the thought process worked. Toriyama looked at things, and the game designers looked at things and thought, okay, Toriyama gives us a story where we only have 2 main characters. How do we make this more interesting? And then the other guy looked, Pokemon. Yeah.
Actually, no. It's taken up from Legend of Mana, as I said.
I guess fine.
Where you get once I record Legend of Mana, it will be pretty obvious.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying they're going for more the Legend of Mana route? Interesting.
Yeah, but in a bad way, because the idea, as we will explain later on. Well, I'll actually save this for the next part, since this is over, by the way.
This is the only time you'll actually see me use the Crystarium in this part, just like I did for the first game, because I've already shown how it works. I don't want to waste anyone's more time with watching me mash X over and over and over, because that's not fun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you have to use the Crystarium just to level up. Ugh.
We'll
see you, everybody.
See ya.
All right.